Good afternoon to all the future millionaires out there. I come to you today. It's the 2nd of January, so happy New Year's. I come with a guest today that's going to speak with us about a couple of things. I've been speaking with authors and speakers, um, wrapping up last year. So I kind of am, well, I am excited to have this guest because she knows a lot about that. And we're going to go into that realm. We're going to go into her expertise, and she's going to tell us a little bit more of what we left off on for 2023. I want to welcome Queen Angela to the Millionaire by Morning show today. Good afternoon.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I am wonderful. I want to start off by thanking you um, for coming, being our first show of the year 2024. I want to thank you for taking the time out to be on today.
Well, thank you. It is definitely an honor and a privilege. I am definitely humbled to be able to be here. I count it our joy. Every opportunity that I get to be able to share, it is definitely an honor and a privilege. I call it the E3 experience. My desire is to educate, empower, and encourage the next generation. And I believe that in order for us to see change in this world, we have to be that change. So I have decided to be that change that I want to see in this world, in my lane, and in the way that I'm gifted to do it. You know, we all have gifts, we all have talent. I truly believe in Jeremiah 29 and 11. You know, he had a plan for each and every one of us. His word is not going to return to him void. It's up to us to walk into it. And I tell you, this journey hasn't been easy, but I survived domestic violence, suicide attempts, to be able to share through books. You're looking at someone that never thought about being an author. I never dreamed of being an author. This just happened upon me. You know, life happened. I lost my mom 12 days after my 16th birthday and was given an opportunity to share that in a book, you know, because somebody else was going through that. Somebody else needed to hear that they could survive, that they could make it through that. So I shared it, not knowing that it would be 85 books later that I would be sitting here sharing and telling everybody that you're looking at a little country girl from Levelland, South Carolina that people never heard of, but made 85 times best-selling author, you might as well say, on Amazon, Blurb, Books a Million, Barnes and Noble. You can find some of my books in Walmart. Never thought this would be me, but anybody that believe in themselves, they can do it. Because when I was laying on my bed of affliction after being shot point blank range with a sawed-off shotgun, I never
Hmm.
thought that I would be able to tell anybody anything. I was deep in depression, in a dark place. Didn't want to survive. Didn't want to tell nobody how to walk in purpose. That they had purpose. That they had power. That they could speak life. None of that. But one day I woke up and he gave me another chance. He didn't give me a second chance because he'd already gave me a second chance a long time ago. But he gave me another chance. He gave me another chance to get it right. He gave me another chance to be an impact. He gave me another chance to share with the world. So I can't stop sharing. I can't stop talking about it. I shout it from the mountaintops every opportunity that I get, and I try to let other people know that they can do the same thing. So I am called the queen of collaborations across these social media streets. Somebody spoke that in my life about 7 years ago, and 7 years later, here I am. You know, started a life coaching business behind that name because I want people to know that we can work together, we can come together, we can support each other and still have our own brains and not be in competition because there's so many things out here and so many people out here. If I meet somebody new every day, I'll never meet everybody in this world before I leave here. And everybody got to understand that. You're probably going to meet a tenth of the people in this world before you leave here. So just imagine how many opportunities you have to impact lives. You just got to get up and get out your own way and allow him to stir up that gift that he's placed on the inside of you. Because he said he will make room for your gift. But you got to move out the way. And a lot of us don't understand that we don't get that. So I shouted from the mountaintop that if you want change, you got to be the change. So it starts with you. So regardless of what the next person is doing, you have to be that change. And I don't know why I started doing anthologies, but it was dropped in my spirit after being a part of a couple anthologies and being taken advantage of. I decided to teach myself how to do this. And you're looking at 85 books later. Um, December the 31st, we have a 3-book series out on bringing awareness to Black mental health. I am a advocate for Black mental health. I work close with a lot of Black mental health professionals. They wrote in this last book, they wrote in these books, but we're bringing awareness to Black mental health, and we're doing it through poetry because a lot of people they're not ready to write long drawn out stories. They don't want to write novels. They don't want to write. They just want to be able to express, and they can do it in a quick way. And it gets to the root. It gets to the point because a lot of people are picking up poetry books now, and they're understanding that they can express. And there's no type of way. There's no limit. There's no guidelines. It's not like writing and worrying about punctuation and grammar and all that stuff. You can be free to write and express yourself. And see, a lot of people don't have that. And we're missing out on that. And a lot of us are looking for to be a part of something and to be able to identify. So I'm giving people outlets through different things. I've been working with prison ministry, working with individuals that are incarcerated, that's been wrongfully incarcerated, overly incarcerated. Um, I started a podcast network back in February. We're going to be celebrating our second season this coming up February. We just ended our first season on Sunday. I have 6 amazing queens that decided to be a voice, that decided that they wanted to share their perspective, that they wanted to, allow individuals to come on their shows and be a voice around the world. We've had people from India, we've had people from Africa, we've had people from all over stop by, share their stories. We had 185 shows to air this season, and it's just been an experience. And I tell you, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I call these 6 my founding 6 because we went through about 12 hosts. We started out with about 12 hosts and we ended with 6. They stuck it out. They wanted to quit, but they didn't. They did not give up. They did not throw in the towel. They believed in the vision. They trusted the vision. They believed in me, and we pushed through. We talked about it this past Sunday, and I tell you, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to be amongst these airwaves and to be able to share, to let somebody else know that, hey, there is hope. There is an opportunity, and you have the power. It's on the inside of you. You was equipped with it according to Genesis 2:7. He said he breathed the breath of life into us. And if he breathed a breath of life into us, that means a part of him is on the inside of us. And I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. I share it every opportunity I get, whether it's through podcasting, through books, through whatever. I try to be that outlet to let other people know that you can do it. So that's just to me. I know that's probably was an earful, but I tell you, when I was given another chance at life, I just wanted to be that change for somebody else because I ain't always had that. I ain't always had somebody cheering for me. I ain't always had somebody rooting for me. And I had to learn that you got to cheer for yourself. You got to root for yourself. You got to want better for yourself. You got to do it for you. You got to show up when nobody else shows up. And I tell you, I have learned that as an entrepreneur. You know, I dibble in a lot of stuff. Um, I am I host a couple of podcasts. I'm on a couple of networks outside of being on my own network. I share the mics with a couple of other hosts, and I'm just glad to be able to be a voice and to be able to be a light to somebody else that's looking and saying, okay, I want to try. I want to try to be a journalist. I want to try to be on TV. I want to try to be a podcast host. I want to try to be a broadcaster or a DJ or whatever the case may be, you know. And they see us because I didn't see that coming up. You know, I didn't see a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing now. So I'm trying to give these babies an outlet to where, you know, you don't have to run to the streets. You don't have to run to carjacking. You don't have to run to selling drugs. You don't have to run to all of that, you know. So I'm just trying to be a voice, just trying to be a positive role model and trying to give these kids something that, you know, they can look forward to, they can reach forward to. And I'm just trying to take as many people as I can along with me. I was just having this conversation with somebody before I come on here. You know, I was telling them the same thing I just said about the billions of people that if we just come together and we just put all of our resources together, and because I may be weak in the area that you may be strong in, and if you can bring that strength and lift me up where I'm weak at, I may be able to take my strength and lift you up where you're weak at, and then we keep doing it for each other. It can be a ripple effect, and then we can build communities like that. I see we're missing that. We're missing that, and I ain't gonna stop sharing it. I ain't gonna stop. You know, that is my hope. That's my desire. I'm not gonna stop sharing it. I'm gonna share it from the mountaintops. I'm gonna shout it. I'm gonna whatever. I want people to know that if you want change, you can be that change. You don't have to wait for no change because guess what? It's not coming. It's not coming out the skies. It's not gonna fall. We take these scriptures and I we take them literally when we got to read between the lines. You know, some of that stuff, you know, you got to read between the lines because you got to think who wrote it too. You know, you got to try the spirit by the spirit. You know, you can't take everything for what they say it's worth. You got to try it because it's your experience. You know, I was telling somebody yesterday, um, Mary, Mark, Joseph, all of them, that's their experience because they didn't have the Bible. They didn't have nothing to show them how to do it. So they had to go through it, right? So if they had to go through it to be able to leave us an example, the words say we should do greater works. So if we should do greater works, then that means our example, our experience is not going to be their experience. So guess what? We can't rewrite the Bible. So how are we going to leave something for these babies to follow if we ain't creating it, if we ain't leaving it for them, if we not leaving the blueprint? Because we can't change the Bible, but the greater works got to be left. So we got to leave our own form of the Bible. See, every
That's right.
generation is gonna have a form of the Bible, and see, people don't understand that. No, we're not changing nothing, but we're sharing our experience. This is our blueprint. This is what we live by. But people don't get that. They think we trying to change something. We trying to make something, but they don't get that. But I say each his own. Belief is belief, and what my faith may be may not be your faith, and how I judge faith may not be how you judge faith. Because
Mm-hmm.
how I learn faith, I take it and I give this example, and I'm gonna stop talking because I can talk all day. Um, I give this example when I talk about faith. There was a preacher. I ain't gonna say her name, but she gave this example. She said, when your mama put you in that baby carriage, she put you in that baby carriage and you sit in there. She said, and then when you got a little older, she moved you to the high chair. You sit there in that high chair, you ain't question it. You sit there, you ate, you moved around, you did whatever you did. Then when you got a little older, She sit you in the little chair. You sit there. You ain't ask no questions. You sit there. And then when you got old enough to walk up to that chair, you walked up to the chair that you was going to sit in. You didn't question sitting in that chair. You didn't question nothing about it. You sit your butt down. But see, a lot of us will get on planes. We'll drive across bridges. We'll get in these cars. We'll get in all this other stuff. We don't question none of that. But when God tells us to do something, we question. He ain't telling us to do that. We got to throw out 50,000 questions. Where's your faith? You ain't question that chair when you sit down and you believe that chair was gonna hold you. You ain't care how much you weigh. You ain't care what you ate last night. You ain't care none of that. You flop down in that chair and believe that it was gonna hold you. But you can't believe that if he say you're gonna be a millionaire, you can't believe that you're gonna be a millionaire no matter what it looked like right now. And that's a lot of us.
That's true.
Because we talk too much and we don't learn how to talk ourselves out of what he done said we can have. When he's given us the power to speak life. He gave us that power to speak life, but a lot of us walk around here speaking death because that's how we know.
Yeah.
Because that's what's been passed down. But you got to want to break that generational curse or generational whatever you want to call it. Because you're looking at somebody that a lot of people probably said I wasn't going to graduate from college, high school, or whatever. I was just going to be another statistic. But guess what? 30 years later, I graduated from high school on time. I got a scholarship, went to college. Matter of fact, I went and played basketball at Morris Brown College. Played for some years. I hooped. But guess what? I didn't graduate because I had other plans for me. I wasn't listening to what he had said for me. I had other plans for me, so I got detoured. I got sidetracked. I went down another path, but he brought me back 30 years later to the day. I graduated summa cum laude with a bachelor's degree in business administration and an associate degree summa cum laude in business. I'm working on my master's degree right now. Hopefully everything goes right. I'll be walking next year in December. Right. But 30 years later, you talking about somebody that was skipping class, but now I got a 4.0 the whole time I've been in school. Because when you want to change, you'll change. See, he'll bring you to the water, but he can't make you drink. And that's what happened with a lot of us. We get led to the water, but then we go astray because we want to do what we want to do. When it's all right there, we think it's green on the other side. When it's right there in front of us, and we're not willing to wait, we're not willing to put in the work and wait it out. Because he done spoke and he done told you what was what. But you're not willing to wait. You want something overnight. You want popcorn. We want microwave. We want something that ain't finna happen. Something that may last for a minute. Because guess what? I was 1,000 there, plenty of times. But he said millionaire. But do you believe that? A lot of us we question it. But yeah, that's life. I talk too much. I know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's not it. I think you should add motivated speaker to your title, because that's exactly what you just did for me. I would have to ask. I would like to know. I suppose it is the Bible, and when you were facing all of those challenges, like you say, you were laying there. That's something that is hard to come back from, as far as mental mindset and just really being able to get up and get back to it. So when you was at that, and I would call it your lowest, whenever you were at your lowest, what motivated you to be able to say you're going to get back up, you're going to continue this work? Not only with continuing this work, I know within the community, the Black community, as you speak about, us, I'm gonna include myself, coming together, helping each other, making a change, a lot of the time that falls on deaf ears because of the way that, just the community is and stuff that's we're used to. So what motivated you first of all from the beginning to get you up out of your lowest and then continues to keep you motivated?
So there were different points in my life where I experienced lows, and it seemed like I was coming out, and then it seemed like I would get hit again, and then it seemed like I would come out, and then I get hit again. But the first one was losing my mom. Um, Losing my mom 12 days after my 16th birthday, it really set me back because it was at a point where you start experiencing you think that these are the last years of high school. This is supposed to be, for me, it was supposed to be the highlight of my life, my high school life, um, right before I went to college, because I was a good basketball player. I played, not only a basketball player, I was a good track. I threw the shot put in this. I was ranked in the state. I'm from South Carolina, so I was ranked in the state in shot put in this. I think at that particular time I was number 3 and number 5. I was an all-star basketball player, region basketball player. I was somebody that people was watching. So of course I didn't want to have to change schools and leave. So when losing my mom, it set me back. It put me in a place where I thought, my life was over. Um, this lady not only was my best friend, but she was somebody that I talked to. Um, we would have conversations. Now I understand, but I didn't understand then. We would have conversations that I felt like was way ahead of me, way ahead of my time. But it was to prepare me for now. And I'm just grateful. Um, Knowing that that lady um, would not want me wallowing pity and having a pity party, and she would want me to go on. Um, that dark that dark place I was at, um, knowing that it helped me come out. There were times when I had to see someone. I couldn't do it alone. I had to talk to people. At that time, I didn't really know what grief was. I didn't know what depression was. So I just had friends that I talked to. Um, I would go, I had a best friend. I would go stay with her for weeks at a time. And that was just my way of coping. And that's how my family allowed me to cope. Um, I made it through high school, something that a lot of people didn't think I would make it through. I graduated the top 10% of my class. At that particular time, I went to junior college. I didn't know nothing about Morris Brown, really. Going to junior college, decided didn't want to go back. My sister had moved to Atlanta. That summer, I decided I was going to move to Atlanta too. And I moved to Atlanta. I took on a job, and every day I would go home. And I made the decision that I was not going to be a dropout. I was going to go to school. I would get on the phone and I would call different colleges and tell them that I played basketball and I was here in Atlanta and I wanted to try out if they would have me. Well, Steve Daniels happened to be the coach at Morris Brown. He told me they had a summer league out at Ben Hill, which was a black recreation center out near Camerton Road. Um, he told me if I played that summer, that he would give me an opportunity to play at Morris Brown. I suited up and I played. I played the entire summer. And this man never saw a video, never saw me play, never nothing. Um, I played. I ended up at Morris Brown with some amazing queens. We had amazing 3, 4 years together. I had an opportunity to go places that I never thought I would go. I ended up leaving school. A lot happened. Life happened. Life happened to the point to where I ended up back in South Carolina. I ended up getting married. Um, Ended up in a domestic violence situation. Um, did I see the red flags? No. Why I didn't see them? Because I was in a dark place. I was in a place where everything was so clouded. It was so clouded I couldn't even see in front of me if you were standing right here just that close to me. I couldn't see it. That's how dark of a place I was in. I did not feel love or if anyone loved or cared about me. That's just where I was, and I'm just being transparent. But I allowed myself to get involved with a couple relationships that were unhealthy, that was traumatic, that was traumatizing. Um, Eventually, I would get married. Um, Ended up going through a lot with my husband. Um, he had issues. We dealt with some issues together. Matter of fact, when I went through the domestic violence, we just had a situation where we had to press charges against another family member because his daughter was molested. And I try to make sense of a lot of stuff. I try to pitch blame. I try to, take the blame. I try to do a lot, but there's no excuse for what took place, what happened. In no aspect of any part of what happened or transpired, even with me being shot. Um, there were a lot of drugs involved, and people handle stuff different ways. Again, there were a lot of red flags. If I had not ignored those red flags, would we have been here? But my journey is my journey. I don't take back anything, but I tell people now because I can talk about it now. When someone show you them, take them for who they are the first time because that is exactly who they are. No matter what they tell you, they're not gonna change. Um, they're not gonna change if they don't do the necessary work and you see them do it. Like if they're not gonna go to therapy, they're not gonna do because there have been people because and then we talk about because when we talk about abuse, a lot of people think it's just um females being abused by males. No, females abuse males too. If you talk about we talk about statistics, there's about 6 states. New York is one of them where the statistics, the amount of males being abused by women is a lot higher. Um, I am a domestic violence advocate as well. But we have to understand that there's a reason why people do stuff, just like with drug addicts. People just don't wake up and say, I'm going to abuse today. I'm going to become an abuser. I'm going to become a drug addict or I'm going to become this. No, it's something that causes them. And they give red flags. So you have to be willing to understand those red flags. So I try to teach people different red flags, different things to look out for when it comes to domestic violence, and even when you start dating somebody. There's things that people are gonna do even when you're dating that's gonna be a red flag. We just have to love ourselves enough to know that I don't have to settle. I don't have to be in a relationship. I don't have to no because there is someone for everybody, and we want to make sure that you have that right somebody because there is somebody for everybody, and you just don't have to be with somebody because that's what you want. God has allowed me to be in a place where I tried to take some pills, tried to end my own life, and when He woke me up, and I realized that He had bigger plans for me and that I had to surrender and I had to allow him to do what it was that he was going to do in my life. No, I didn't like the fact that I was back in South Carolina, but it was a reason while I was there. I had to come to grasp with a lot of things. I had to come to grasp with every issue that I've had to deal with in my life and the part that I've played. See, we are always quick to point the finger, but every time we point the finger, it's always a finger pointing back at us. So we have to be accountable for the things that we've done. So I had to be accountable for those things that I've done on this journey, those things that I have caused, and the things that I have allowed. And then I had to forgive myself, forgiving myself and allowing myself to heal. Stop allowing hindrance, those things that remind me of my past, those things that cause me to have an ego, those things that cause me to have an attitude that keep me from moving in love. That's the only way you can heal. Stop allowing hindrance, ego, attitude to cause you to not share love and move in love. If you learn how to move in love, because remember, love is an action word that covers a multitude of sins. So yeah, I had to learn how to heal and move out my own way, you know, realizing that I was powerless. And the only way that I could get through this and overcome this is I had to surrender. I did have to see a psychiatrist. I saw a couple therapists. Matter of fact, I had two therapists. It's okay, you know. Um, it's okay to get mental health. Everybody's not always okay all the time. 15 years I've dealt with depression. Didn't know what it was, but I dealt with it because I didn't know what it was. But now that I know how to identify it, I'm able to get through it. I had a little breakdown the other day, and I was sharing it with my friend. You know, I did. I had to realize, okay, you need to step back. Go ahead, get your little cry out, release it, let it go, take your nap, and then get back at it. And then that's what I had to do. Sometimes you have to be able to identify when you're going through something. When you know better, you do better. Now that you know you have this issue, then you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it if you want to be a productive person in society. That's something that you have to deal with. It's not nobody else's issue. It's your issue. You have to deal with. See, a lot of us don't want to own up with the things that go on in our lives. We just want to make excuses. But guess what? Excuses are for the incompetent. I'm not incompetent. I got plenty of sense. He gave me plenty of knowledge. He's given us all these doctors, lawyers. He's given us these different professions so that they can assist us on this journey. But they not the last say. They are here to assist you because guess what? They all have a license to do what? Practice. And that's all they doing. It's practice. So guess what? You allow them to make their diagnosis and then you practice. You got to learn.
That's right.
That's
That
that.
is,
that.
that is definitely
I'm not
correct.
telling people don't go to the doctor. Don't listen to your doctor now. You just do your own research and you just learn. You have to learn. You have to be willing to learn. And on this journey, I have had to unlearn a lot of stuff that I've been taught as a youngster. Things that I've learned as a youngster. But it is what it is.
As the queen of collaborations, you have other authors that you work with, correct? Is that the basis of your business? Um, as far as I guess the 85 books or you have a website. What's the name of the website?
So my website is um it is Aspiring Authors Magazine at
That's
GoDaddy
it.
sites. So what I do um, AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign. I started
Okay.
in 2016. That was a organization that I started to bring awareness to African American authors and literacy within our community. At that particular time, I was working with about 30 youngsters. I was doing a summer program, and I did not want my babies to forget what they had learned throughout the school year. So what I did was I said I wanted to do an educational program that educated, empowered, and encouraged them. So during the summer, I brought in individuals that were doing the different things that my baby said they wanted to do. If they were doctors, lawyers, whatever it was, bakers, whatever they said they wanted to do, I tried to find someone that looked like them and bring them in, allow them to do workshops, allow them to do different things. During that time, I also noticed that my babies was not reading. We had so many books, but they would pick up the books and it's like they would look at them and then they would put them right back down. And I'm like, they're not reading the book. So I started asking them questions like, um, who on the front cover? Who on the back cover? Who was the main character? And they couldn't tell me the simple questions that they should have remembered if they looked at the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I started asking them why they wasn't reading the books that we had. And it was because they couldn't relate. So immediately I came to social media. Um, that's where I learned that there were so many African American authors. But why they wouldn't in stores, why they wouldn't in libraries, why they wouldn't um, in people's homes. So I went on this major campaign, just bringing awareness to African American authors. Had some books sent to Africa. Had a couple different museums around the U.S. House some of these books. We had them put in different libraries. We did a major campaign where a lot of these books are inside Walmart now, at least available on Walmart.com, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, just different places. So we started what we call the Chasing Your Dream book tour and expo. So what we do is we go to different states and different cities, um, have a whole bunch of authors come together, provide workshops where we teach authors how to brand their product, how to market, um, how to develop different things around the book. Say you got a book. So say for instance, this is a 3-book series. So we got 3 books a part of this poetry series. All of them are available in Walmart. I don't have the third one right now because it just released on the 31st. And they had a problem getting all our books shipped out. So some of the authors got their books before me. But we have an opportunity to go to like Barnes and Noble, different places to be a part of what they're doing in the community. But we go to different states and different cities. We set up different spots where we try to have at least 30 authors, about 15 small businesses from that area, or if you're willing to travel to these different areas that we're going to be in, we have a keynote speaker. We have those workshops. This year, we have incorporated podcasting because podcasting is something that a lot of people are getting into, and we're trying to get people to learn that they can build a podcast around their books, around their different things, building curriculums, doing online courses, just doing different things, building like t-shirts, hats, whatever around your book. How you can have 7 streams of income just around a book, a speaking platform, just different things. That's what we do at these events. We're gonna be back on the road in April. starting in April, we're gonna hit 10 different spots. We're gonna hit Myrtle Beach. We're gonna start here in Myrtle Beach, April the 6th. We're gonna be in Texas. We're gonna be in Illinois, New York, Savannah, Alabama, Spartanburg, Tennessee, North Carolina, Charleston, and hopefully we're going to end on a cruise ship in November. Pens up, writing, doing something, doing a collaboration project, whatever. But yes, I love doing collaboration projects. I love giving individuals an opportunity to share. This book here, we have 15 individuals that shared inside this book with me. 9 queens shared inside this book. And the one that dropped on December, there's 40 of us, 40 poets inside of that book. And we're sharing from our perspective different things. Right now, I am looking for kings to share, to be a part of a project that I am doing to bring awareness to men that are incarcerated, to help bring them hope. I actually released a 20 Queens of Hope during the Christmas holiday to help bring hope to those women that are incarcerated, because I've been doing prison ministry a little over a year now, out of the state of Texas. I've been working with individuals in the state of Texas, helping them find hope, because their judicial system is definitely messed up. 3 to 4 decades of corruption. How they just have so many holes in their cases, and you have 15, 16, 17, 18-year old doing capital life sentences when they're the person that actually did the crime. In most cases, are already out or have a lesser sentence than them, and you have these babies still incarcerated, and a lot of them are losing hope. So what I've been doing is trying to be a helpmate to them, trying to encourage them, trying to help push these different bills that they are pushing down in the state of Texas. Yes, I'm doing it from South Carolina. Um, they have the second look bill as well as that law party bill. We're trying to bring some awareness to that. Not only that, I'm trying to expose some of that corruption that is going on in the state of Texas, that has plagued the state of Texas. Matter of fact, and they're not gonna say it's no propaganda. They're not gonna say it's no lie that I'm making up stuff. Because let me tell you something. I just did a paper. I'm in school working on my master's degree. I just did a paper. Just finished my class. I made the president's list. I made an A on that paper on corruption. So they can't say it's a lie. They can't say it's a lie, because that's a research paper. So guess what? Baby girl had to do her research.
Right.
Baby girl had to get her reference check. Baby girl had to get all that done. So they can't say it's a lie. So when I present these papers to these people, I want them to move on. I want them to do what they're supposed to do, because that's what they were elected to do. And that's what they need to do. And that's all I'm
Thank you for
asking them to
that.
do, is to do what they supposed to do. That's all.
Right.
That's all I'm asking. I ain't asking for much. I ain't
Right.
asking for much.
Do what the people voted you in to do.
That's it. That's it. But yeah, I got my hands full. But guess what? We say much is given, much is required. And I learned that a
That's
long
right.
time ago. So I show up and I just allow him to do what he said he would do. You know, if you just be that willing vessel, you just be that willing vessel. So I'm calling on my kings to show up with me. I need 26 more men to join me inside this book. The women did their thing. We reached number 1 in several categories. Matter of fact, I have some of these books going to TDCJ right now. They are arriving Friday and Saturday of this week. They're going to be arriving to the women. So we're going to be sharing that book. Again, I'm going to be doing the same thing for the men. That book is going to drop in March, because I want to share the love. I want to spread hope and inspiration to them as well. I want them to know that they're not alone, because guess what? Society has failed a lot of our men, and it's time for us to stand up. It's time for us to stand up, and we got to take our life back. We got to take our soul back. We got to take it back, because they ain't giving us nothing. They ain't giving us nothing.
Not at all. So where do the men or the women, whoever want to get in touch with you to be a part of the collaboration, what's the best way for them to find you?
So you can email me, and I can actually, if you email me, or if you're on social media, if you're on Facebook, you can just go to my page. There's a link already there. But if you email me, queen of collaborations at gmail.com, I can send you the link to the job form. You can go through the form, fill it out. There is a small fee, only $20.23. And then once the book is published, you get to purchase the books at cost. Same price I pay to get the book, you get to pay the book, get the book, and then you can resell it if you want to make a profit off of it. You can resell it for the same price that they sell it for on Amazon. You can make you a profit, and that's one way of giving back. Again, we have about, I think the last I checked, there were 4 men that had signed up. Um, and I've been making flyers for them and promoting it for them. But yeah, I'm looking for 30 guys to share with me, to share inside of this book. I'm going to be promoting it inside of the magazine. Of course, I do have a magazine as well, Aspiring Authors Magazine. We're going to be sharing it on the podcast as well. But just an opportunity to collaborate. And you get to connect with 29 other men that's sharing inside of this anthology. So allow your voice to speak. You never know who you might impact. And it might not just be someone that's incarcerated, because oftentimes we be free on the outside, but we still be in prison in the mind. We still have stuff going on up here that we need to release, stuff that we need to let go. And that's what I'm trying to do. Experience. People overcome by hearing your testimony. They overcome by hearing the things that you've overcome, the things that you've experienced, the things that you've come through. So keep sharing, keep growing, keep spreading love, and we're gonna keep growing. I'm telling you, 2024 is gonna change a lot of people's lives if they would just only just have faith and believe that he's gonna do what he says he's gonna do. He said it. He's not a man that he's going to lie. His word is not going to return to him void. He said we can have anything we want. Y'all, this everything out here is his. We're inheritance. It's yours. But you got to go get it. You got to catch up to your destiny. You got to do it. Ain't nothing falling out the sky. Ain't nothing finna be handed to you on no platter. You got to go get it. And it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. I'm telling you, connect with the queen. Connect with the queen. You can find me on Linktree, Queen of Collaborations. It have everything everywhere you can find me. If you go over to Linktree, Queen of Collaboration, it has all of the sites, everywhere you can find a book, everywhere you can find a podcast that I'm attached to. Everything about me is over there. Again, I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of your show tonight. I definitely thank you so much for this opportunity to just be able to share.
I thank you for coming on. For this to be the first episode, you motivated us for the whole entire year, and I want to thank you for that. I love what you're doing. I love the collaborations. In fact, I'll be in touch with you after this show to see where we can collaborate. I deal with a lot of authors and a lot of speakers, and would love some of your insight and to collaborate on some actionable steps. 7 ways to get more money based off of your book. Those are wonderful opportunities. Get with the queen of collaboration. She is a life coach and consultant, and after the day, motivational speaker. All right. So Angela, you have a great 2024, and thank you for coming on again.
Thank you.
All right, you have a great night, and I'll be speaking with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye bye now.